everyone, Heidi with the Unborn Experience. Thanks for being here tonight at our Christmas in July Secret Santa Mystery Hostess Party. July's not too early to start talking about Christmas books, right? Never. There's probably already Christmas music playing in the mall. So I wanted to showcase two of my family's favorite Christmas books. The first is the Unborn Christmas Stories for Little Children. This book is beautiful. It's a puffy hardback, which is hard to show here, but it's such a soft, beautiful cover to it with sparkly little snowflakes. Hey, it makes a difference how pretty the book is, trust me. And this contains, let's see how many, 6 really just fun and funny Christmas stories that are perfect for bedtime. We have The Elf and the Toy Maker, The Fake Santa, Santa's Day Off, Chili and the Bonfire, Snowy and Icy, and Freezy's New Buttons, all original Christmas stories. This book has a really fun red ribbon to keep track of which story you're on next. It has beautiful illustrations and minimal text for those young listeners. You can see that each page is designed differently to keep your children engaged and looking around at all the really fun things to see in the story. This is the epitome of a bedtime story picture book. Look how interesting these pictures are. I read this to my 2 and 5-year-olds and they love it at Christmas time. We do still read the classics like The Polar Express and 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, but this is really, really fun to switch things up at bedtime, or if there's a snow day and we want to snuggle by the fire and read some fun stories to get excited about Christmas coming. And today I'm sweating in July. So this is one of our favorite books, really fun. Look at that beautiful polar bear. Santa followed the elves to their home. A fierce polar bear was pacing up and down outside. Food would tempt her away, said Santa. If only we could reach the sausages in our kitchen. And I love these books because it introduces your kids to great vocab words, such as tempt, wailed, burst. I always think that even though it's a sweet, fun bedtime storybook, there's always an opportunity to educate our kids and get them to be better readers. Oh, look at Freezy, so cute. This book has 104 pages, fantastic, and it is $18.99. We have more than just Christmas books for little children though. This is much like our big book of little stories. Again, a hardcover. This one's not puffy. This one is $21.99 and has, let's see here, oh gosh, over 350 pages. Look how thick that is. Big book of little stories. This has stories that we all know and love. Look at all of those stories. Oh my goodness. From Little Red Riding Hood, There Was a Crooked Man, The Wind in the Willows, Little Miss Muffet, The Ant and the Grasshopper, The Reluctant Dragon, Goldilocks, The Dinosaur Who Lost His Roar. So many stories. And the thing I super love about this book is every story is illustrated by a different artist, which is awesome. Look at that. So we go from that story to this story. Totally different artwork. And you'll see there's minimal words on each page to keep your little ones interested and engaged. So that's Crooked Man. Look at that artwork. So beautiful. And the pictures fill the pages. That must be The Wind in the Willows. How great are these books? The Ant and the Grasshopper comes from another one of our books that I'll show you right now. This may be my favoriteest little children's storybook that we offer. This is the Unborn Aesops Stories for little children. It is $19.99, and every story in here teaches a lesson. And I need help teaching my kids lessons. Look at all the stories in here. The lion and the mouse, the tortoise and the eagle, the sun and the wind is one of our favorite ones. The ant and the grasshopper, and everyone knows the story of the hare and the tortoise, and that's in here as well. Again, beautiful illustrations with pictures. There's the hare and the tortoise that take up the 2-page spread and keep little minds so curious. There it is again, the ant and the grasshopper. That's such a fun one. And at the end of every story, it culminates with the lesson that is learned. So you see at the end, it'll say your little life lesson, it's best to be prepared. And with the hare and the tortoise, it ends with, as we all know, slow and steady wins the race. I love, love, love this book. We also have one for older children in our illustrated collection, Illustrated Tales of Aesop. And 2 other of our little children storybooks. This one is a brand new release that is making its way up the charts in this household to be a favorite. This is Unborn Tales for Little Children, which has fantastic stories in it, from Tom Thumb to Dick Whittington to the Tin Soldier. Also fantastic, engaging illustrations. This one is another very big, thick book. And finally, we have 10-minute stories, and we also have 5-minute stories for when you really gotta get the kids to bed. Again, thick book, $14.99. This has a little bit more text, not as big of illustrations, but still enough to keep the littlest listeners engaged, but to also engage some of your older readers or older listeners who are listening along. So books like this are perfect for my 2 and 5-year-old. So the 2-year-old gets really, really into the pictures, and the 5-year-old also looks at the pictures, but is really into listening to the story as well. So again, different illustrators, and our 5-minute storybook has even shorter stories. So those are books much like our Christmas stories for little children. And then I have one of our most favorite activity series books. This is the 1001 Things to Spot at Christmas. We don't use it just at Christmas, but it's fun to use at Christmas time. Where are all my other ones? We also have in our household 1001 Bugs to Spot, 1001 Things to Spot in the Sea, 1001 Things to Spot on the Farm. And then if you can't decide what topic you want for Things to Spot, we also have the big book of Things to Spot, which has pages from all of the different books. So the thing that I love about this collection is that your children don't need to be able to read to be able to do this book, which allows them to do it on their own while you're cooking dinner or making Christmas cookies or wrapping presents. So here is an image on decorating the tree, and you'll see if they can read numbers, they can do this activity book. Find 6 nutcracker men, 7 snowy squirrels, 10 pine cones, etc. And there's so many things to spot on every page. We love to sit down on the couch together and do these books. So fun. Each book is $9.99. These make such great Christmas gifts. Look at that. How fun is that one? Christmas Feast. This book has 32 pages. And then at the end of all the books, it says, look back. Every year after their Christmas feast, Santa's helpers give him gifts. Look back through the book and see if you can find and count all these gifts. Oh my gosh, trying to find them throughout the entire book. Super fun series by Unborn. The illustrations in each of these books is just fantastic. Look at this one inside the bug book. I like this underground image with the earthworms and the moles. Here's things to spot in the sea with the shipwreck. Look at that. And it's fun to even just talk about what's happening in the pictures. The fun thing about the farm book is it's not just your normal farm like you would think of. There's a honey farm in there. There's a ranch. There's even a rice farm, and you can find a lot of baby wearing in this image, which is really fun. And then the big book of things to spot is a little more expensive at $12.99, but it goes through so many things. This is dressing up France 250 years ago. That's really cool and teaches a little bit about history. Comes from 1001 Things to Spot Long Ago book. How fun is that? On animals to spot is in here, and animals that you can find all over the world. So, two of our favorite Christmas books, Christmas Stories for Little Children and 1001 Things to Spot at Christmas. And we have so many Christmas books being released this summer. Some are already released and some are coming out in the next few weeks. So stick around for the next minute or two to see the inside of the catalog for all of our new holiday books. Thanks for being here, everyone. And remember the 3 ways that you can enter to win $100 and be Secret Santa. $40 purchase, book a party, or ask me about joining my team. See you in a little bit.